Today is December 31st, 2025, the last day of this year. Um, I'm still in my PJs, but I wanted to make this video. What can I say about 2025? Huh, it was a weird year. A lot of things happened, many ups and downs. Some things I expected, most of them I didn't. If I had to describe it honestly, I would say this was a year that I rediscovered myself. I found God again. I started praying again. Not in a perfect way, but my prayers were genuine. This year also came with a lot of responsibility, a lot of personal obligations, a lot of life stuff, and that's what led to a 5-month hiatus on this channel. Like always, motivation drops, creativity goes quiet, and you start to question yourself. But the real reason, the one that I didn't say out loud, it was the fear of judgment. I was nervous being on camera in public because I always had this voice in my head of what will people think, even though I knew that in 10 seconds they'll forget everything they saw. That thought still existed in my head, and sometimes not even in my head, it showed physically. Tight chest, uh, raising thoughts, constant headache, trembling even. It's not something that I talk about often, but it's real and led to me becoming more quieter, more isolated. But on the other side, what I did was I started learning more. Specifically, I started learning new languages with the best of my abilities. Like most things, I start strong, then I slack, but that's part of my pattern, and I'm working on it. But it was still something that I was trying to do to rebuild my structure in life. Speaking of life, I wanted to talk about something that I've never discussed on this channel, and that's the life of an immigrant. You move into a new country, you don't know where to go, you don't know anyone, and most of the time, all you have is yourself. And learning to do things alone isn't always fun unless you're so stressed out that going outside is the only option you have to keep you away from the thoughts you have in your head. But as the year went on, things were slowly changing for better. As you can see, I moved into a new place, I got a new car, I stayed consistent at the gym, and I kept making these videos not for the views, but to express myself. I also met some really good people this year who reminded me something simple but very important, and that was to express myself and to not be afraid of what other people think, because that's my journey, not theirs. Another thing about 2025 that I did was, no matter how bad the situation was, I always showed up, no matter what. I might have complained and expressed my frustrations of how much I hate it, but when it was done, I felt something, not happiness, but it was a relief. Just being glad that it's finished. And that matters more than people think. This year also reminded me on why I started making music at the first place. It wasn't for the views, for the streams, for the numbers, for the spot in the chart, but it was because music was the only place I could say things that I couldn't explain to people. Some songs, they stayed unreleased, some songs were written but never recorded, but trust me guys, they're still there, and when the time is right, they're gonna see the world. Which leads me to one of the most important things I think that happened this year is that I did my first ever live rap performance. It wasn't in my room this time, I wasn't alone, it was live in front of real people. It felt like God finally said, "It's your time to shine, kid. Go and do it." And when I did it for the first time in my life, I think I felt like I was somewhere I belonged. So coming into 2026, the first thing I wish for is, for me, maybe the most important thing, health. For me, for my family, for the closest ones to me, because I think nothing matters without that. I also wish for whatever I do now, I do it better. I hope twice as well next year. My consistency, my creativity, my discipline, my confidence. I don't want them to be perfect, I just want them to be better. And in 2026, I want to make music again. I want to become stronger physically, mentally, spiritually. I want to become better. And most importantly, I want to keep feeling like I'm exactly where I belong. So, guys, that's it from me for this year and 2026. Let's see what happens. Oh, God. Black Heart Vendetta for life. See you next year.
I dream for a mansion in Beverly Hills with gold and diamonds and bottom my grills. He hiding a secret he cannot reveal.